Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about one of my new favorite pumps. This is called Pumpables Genie Advanced. You can see it has a lanyard here to go around your neck while you're pumping. And then it also has the option of clipping it on your belt loop here, which is really nice. You can do it on like your jeans or your sweatpants, or you can even pop it in your pocket, but it fits really nicely just on your belt loop like that too. I tend to wear it the most around my neck, but it depends. Like if my son is around me, he thinks it's a toy, so I try to kind of like keep it hidden so that he can't see it, or I don't know, it just depends. But it does have the lanyard option, which is super nice. And what I love about my Pumpables pump, among a lot of other things, is that it has a really good battery life. The charging cord looks like it has the USB option, which is super nice, especially in today's day and age. And then when you get your Pumpables pump, it also comes with the different outlets for different countries. So if you're in Europe, or if you're going to Europe, you have that option. But I feel like the USB port is like, you know, the most universal. Another thing that'll come with your Pumpables pump is the liquid shield kit flanges. Basically, it's a silicone inside of the flange, so it's a lot softer versus the hard, this is a Spectra flange versus the hard plastic. They have a virtual fitting room. I'll put everything down below in a link. I also have a discount code, so I'll put that there. It's just JACQUIECICCONE. You can download their fitting tool, and then you cut little circles. Very unique though that they have this virtual fitting room. And then you can also send a video of your pump, the flange that you're currently using, and one of their IBCLCs will get back to you and tell you, you know, if it looks too small or if it looks just right, or maybe it's too big of a flange for you as well. Pumping with the right flange size is super important, or else you can have pain. You might not have, you know, the right amount of milk coming out, and you might dwindle your supply as a result of that. Another thing that these come with is this little plastic protector shield, so that you can, you know, travel with ease, knowing that your, like the inside of your flange isn't going to be exposed to a bunch of bacteria or whatever else might be in your, you know, in your diaper bag, or if they fall out of your diaper bag or your pumping bag. As far as the tubing, so the two little plastic connector pieces, see those there. And so personally, I hack my pump, my Genie Advanced pump, only because the liquid shield kit didn't work as well for me as my Spectra flanges do. So typically this is what the setup would look like, from the tubing to the connector and then to the flange itself. But what I do is I take off the connector pieces, so the tubing is just bare, so to say. What I do is I take my Spectra flange. So this is just a hard flange. I'm a size 20 millimeter in Spectra. So you can see, I don't know if you can see that, it's really small and clear, but I'm a 20 millimeter. And what I do is I just take the tubing from the Pumpables pump and just push it right over to the backflow protector. One thing that you really need to make sure you have with your, well, any pump that you're using, is that you have your backflow protector on there. You can break your pump instantly if you don't do this, because you'll have milk go directly into your pump and it will break. So make sure that if you're hacking any of your pumps, that you definitely have the setup correct so that you don't break the pump, because obviously that would be bad. These little plastic pieces come with your Pumpables Genie Advance as well. This is really nice because you can like hack different bottles. So this is just a Dr. Brown's bottle. You can put the plastic connector on there and you can pump directly into the Dr. Brown's bottle. So that's super nice if you know, want to save from washing different parts. So like if you're on the road or whatever and you want to just be able to pump right into your baby's bottle, this is a super great option. And then another one of my favorite things about the Genie Advanced is that you can store your program into the pump. So for me, I try really hard to pump while my son is napping. It doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes we have to put a little Miss Rachel on to keep him entertained. But normally I'm like checking emails, responding to people, engaging on my Instagram. So I don't always like want to necessarily pay attention to this. I just kind of like try to relax and be warm. I'm massaging myself, but I try really hard to like not pay attention to the settings. So that's what I love about this pump. When you turn it on, there's a flashing, well, it's flashing right now, but there's a P in the bottom center, and that just means that there's a program already stored inside of my pump. So when I turn on the pump, if I want to use that specific program, you just hold this P button down here for 2 seconds, and then it will start pumping. And then if you want to delete the program that you have in there, you just hold the P button and the minus button down simultaneously, and it will delete your program that you have stored. So let's say you didn't like it anymore, you wanted to change what you had stored in there, you can do that. So to record a new program, you're just gonna hold the P button down again for 2 seconds, and then you'll see the flashing record button is down there at the bottom. And that just means it's recording what I'm doing now. So I'll go up to 4 next. This is stimulation mode is what it automatically starts out in. And then I usually do stimulation mode for 2 to 3 minutes, just depending on how my breasts feel and if I'm at a letdown yet. And then in order to switch to expression mode, you just hit the little like teardrop looking thingy, and then it'll switch over to expression mode. So now it's recording all of this, and then you can increase the vacuum or decrease as you go. And then in order to store whatever you've done, my pumps are typically 20 to 25 minutes. It just depends on how long it's been since my last pump, or if I feel like I'm not all the way empty yet. And then, but regardless, whenever you're ready to stop recording the program, you hold the P button down again, and then you'll see there's just a solid P at the bottom, and that means that it recorded your program. I definitely don't have any issues with like the amount of milk that comes out with this pump. The suction is very good in my opinion, and all I had to do was hack the flanges so that they would work better for my body and respond better. I don't know if my body prefers the Spectra flanges because I've been pumping for 10 months now, almost 11. I don't know if my body's just super used to that feeling, but it's okay regardless. It's good that we have tons of options. Again, this is the Liquid Shield kit, and then the Spectra, this is just one of them, the other one's in the fridge, but this is the Spectra flange. So if you guys have any questions at all, if you want me to do any more details on this pump, there's so much more that I could talk about, but these are just like the main highlights that I really appreciate about this pump. So if you have any questions, let me know. Also, this is one of my favorite bras. This is by Dairy Fairy. It has the clasps here for you to open, and you can either nurse in this or put your wearable pump in, or it also has the slits down here for you to slip your flange in there. This is the one and only bra that I have that actually is pretty and has lace on it. So I love Dairy Fairy. They're near and dear to me. And I also have a coupon code for their store if you decide that you want to go check out their bras and purchase one. I would appreciate if you use my code.